Thank you for being here. This is a very auspicious occasion. It's good to see so many of you here to celebrate it. And as an Australian writer and a lifetime reader, I'm delighted to play a part in it. An ambitious project, a reading list carefully chosen and with a large body of supporting material of the poems, novels, short stories, memoirs that over more than 200 years have recorded what it is to live and work and interact with one another in this particular corner of the planet. A place with its own very curious landforms and weather patterns, its own trees and plants and birds and furry creatures and reptiles and imported flocks and herds, and its own very distinctive mixture of peoples, Indigenous and English-Irish Scots, and migrants later as well from every corner of the earth. All this seen and recreated imaginatively through the eyes of men and women who in each case bring to it their own very personal vision of what they have seen and felt of it, how it has played on their senses and shaped their perceptions and views. It is out of the uniqueness, but also the variety of all this, that we are considering today the first books from which Reading Australia has been created. I still have vivid memories of the reading I did in the long Christmas holidays at the beach in Queensland between the end of primary school and my first year at Brisbane Grammar when I was 12. Adult books, not perhaps meant for a 12-year-old boy in Australia, but just what I needed, in fact, with their mixture of refined society and violence and their secret eroticism, to offer me a glimpse of how much more might be going on out there in the world, but in myself too, in the depths of my consciousness, but also in my body, than my safe suburban childhood has suggested and my parents and teachers had let on. So when we come to reading Australia, to reading about a world we do not have to imagine and internalize, and so we believe because it is already familiar and there and real, what we might be surprised by is the strangeness, the complexity, the puzzlement and mysteries that a writer like Patrick White or Jessica Anderson or Peter Carey or Thea Astley finds in it that we till now, in taking it for granted, have missed. Reading Australia is not just a list of Australian books. It is a list of books by Australians who have themselves read Australia. That is, closely examined themselves and the world that produced and shaped them, and turned that reading into forms of writing that we too now are invited to read. Okay. Thank you.